is AG, and I'm here to discuss on you how to solve quadratic equation by using factoring and by using quadratic formula. And actually, there are 4 methods on how to solve quadratic equation. The other 2 is extracting the roots and solving quadratic equation by completing the square. Quadratic equation. An equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers. In this, ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0 is the standard form of quadratic equation. And let's cite an example. Example 2x squared minus 14x plus 15 equals to 0. First, quadratic equation, you will determine the ABCs. A is 2, B is negative 14, C is 15. So here, let's see and I will discuss to you on solving quadratic equation by factoring. Step 1. Write the equation to its standard form. Example, this is your given. 4x plus x squared equals to 5. It is said that step 1, write the equation to its standard form. And the standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. And the standard form is x squared plus 4x equals minus 5 equals to 0. Proceed to step number 2. Step number 2, factor completely. In step 1, here's the standard form, x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. Step 2 is factor completely. This is how to factor the quadratic equation. X plus 5, x minus 1 equals to 0. Just always remember the right equals to 0. And step number 3, apply the zero product rule. This is how you apply the zero product rule. And this is the step number 1, x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. Step number 2, factor completely. X plus 5 times x minus 1 equals to 0. Step number 3, apply the zero product rule. This is how it works. X plus 5 equals to 0. X minus 1 equals to 0. And the last step, step number 4, solve the linear equation. X squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. X plus 5, x minus 1 equals to 0. X plus 5, x minus 1. And here's the last step. Your x will be your equals to 0, I mean. And x equals, your x will be your negative 5, and the other x will be your 1. This is gonna be your final answer. Okay, here's another example of solving quadratic equation by factoring. Given is 3x squared plus 13x minus 10. Step 1 is write the equation in standard form. Standard form is 3x squared plus 13x minus 10 is equals to 0. Step number 2, factor completely. 3x squared plus 15x times the quantity of 2x minus 10 is equals to 0. We are still in step number 2, factor completely. 3x times the quantity of x plus 5 minus 2 times the quantity of x plus 5. After that, x plus 5 times 3x minus 2. Step number 3, apply the zero product rule. X plus 5 is equals to 0. 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. Last step, solve the linear equation. Your x gonna be negative 5 and 3x transpose negative 2, it's gonna be equals to 2. Dividing both sides by 3, your x is 2 over 3. And this is how solving quadratic equation by factoring. Okay, now we will proceed to the next method, solving quadratic equation by using quadratic formula. The quadratic formula can be used to solve any quadratic equation. And the quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b, positive negative, the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Just always remember, this is your quadratic formula. And let's try now on how to solve quadratic formula. Step 1, write the quadratic equation into standard form. Given is 2x squared equals 4x plus 1. As I said, step number 1, the standard form is 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 because transpose is equal to 0. Step 2, determine the values of a, b, and c. 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Determine their ABCs. A is 2, B is negative 4, and C is negative 1. Okay, step number 3. Substitute the values into the quadratic formula and simplify. Given 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 is equals to 0. Here a is 2, b is negative 4, c is negative 1. Quadratic formula is x is equals to negative b, positive negative, square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then substitute negative, negative 4, positive negative, negative 4 squared minus 4. Your a is 2. C is negative 1 all over 2 times 2. Negative times negative is positive 4. Positive negative. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Plus negative 4 times 2 times negative 1 is 8. Over 2 times 2 is 4. Continue. X is 4, positive negative. Earlier is 16 plus 8 is 24 over 4. Next is 4, positive negative. Square root of 24 is 2 square root of 6 over 4. And 2 times 2 plus positive negative square root of 6 over 4, and your final answer will be 2 positive negative square root of 6 over 2. Okay, here's the another example of solving quadratic equation by using quadratic formula. Given is x squared plus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. Step number 1 is write the quadratic equation in standard form, and the given is already in the standard form. So let's proceed to the next step, which is step number 2, determine the values of a, b, and c. A is 1, b is 3, c is negative 10. Step 3, substitute the values into the quadratic formula and simplify. Quadratic formula is negative b positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then substitute negative 3 positive negative, your b is 3, 4 times a is 1, c is 10, all over 2, your a is 1. Then solve, negative 3 positive negative, 3 squared is 9, minus 4 times 1 times 10 is 40 over, it's okay, positive. Then 2 times 1 is 2. Next is x is equals to negative 3 positive negative. 9 plus 40 is 49 over 2. Negative 3 positive negative square root of 49 is 7. Over 2. Is negative 3 plus 7 over 2. Negative 3 minus 7 over 2. Then solve. X is negative 3 plus 7 is 4 over 2. Here is negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10 over 2. Your final answer here, 4 over 2 is, simplify, your x is 2. Here in the other side, simplify, x is negative 5. This is gonna be your final answer when solving quadratic equation by quadratic formula. Now, we already know on how to solve quadratic equation by using factoring and using quadratic formula. I hope you learned something. Just always remember, follow all the steps. Thanks for watching!